Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
I'm coming from Matthew 6 and
Praise the Lord. Instead of open up our service for testimony service.
You know how we battle every day, fighting with our flesh, we battle we're appointed to, and we also battle the battles that we're out. So, he spoke to me, telling me basically just to stay up under his blood. So I'm going to sing a little short song. I'm gonna stay under the blood. I'm gonna stay under the blood. I'm gonna stay under the blood. So no harm can come my way. I'm gonna stay under the blood. I'm gonna stay under the blood. So no harm can come my way. We have to stand in his blood, y'all. And grateful for the things that you have done. Yes, I'm grateful for the victories we've won. I could go on and on and on about your word, because I'm grateful, grateful, so grateful just to praise you, Lord. Flowing from my heart are the issues of my heart. His gratefulness.
This time I want y'all to help us do it. Lift your hands in this atmosphere and say, I'm grateful.
I am grateful for the things that you have done. Yes, I'm grateful for the victories we won. I could go on and on and on about your word,
Because I'm grateful.
because I'm grateful, grateful, so grateful just to praise you,
Lift your hands and say,
Lord.
flowing from my heart.
Flowing from my heart are the issues of my heart. Is gratefulness. Grateful, grateful, grateful,
Father, we thank you, Lord, for the service. Lord, we thank you for Pastor Ray. God, we ask you to touch her right now. God, touch her body, Father. God, send virtue right now, Lord. Touch her, Lord. We ask in Jesus' name, God, have your way in this message this morning. God, touch your servant, Lord. Help us, God, to say what you would have us to say today. God, let it minister grace to the hearers, Lord. Make preaching easy. Send unction from on high, God. Have your way. In Jesus' name, amen. I'm taking my Bible reading this morning from a couple of passages of scripture. Beginning in Matthew chapter 13. Matthew chapter 13, beginning at verse 13. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they seeing, see not, and hearing, they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is filled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing you shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing you shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. And I like to go over to Romans chapter 10. Romans chapter 10, beginning at verse 13 also. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. How then shall they call on him on whom they have not believed? And how they believe on him on whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace and bring glad tidings of good things. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah said, Lord, who has believed our report? So then faith come by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. And I want to preach this morning a message entitled, Can You Hear Me Now? Can you hear me now? You may be seated in the presence of the Lord. You ever been talking to someone, and as the conversation progresses, they say something that you didn't hear or understand? You know, there's a difference between hearing and listening. You see, you can hear something, but not listen to it. We hear noises. A lot of times people in their homes, they have background noise. Some people leave the TV on just to have something going in the background. You know it's on. You hear the TV, but you don't hear what's going on the television. But when you're listening, you're taking in every detail. You're trying to get understanding. You're trying to really comprehend what someone is saying when you're listening. You even have a commercial. The cell phone. Hello, hello? Can you hear me now? Jesus spoke to many people about many different things, but there were so many people who did not understand what Jesus was teaching. You know, some people are good with just hearing. Some people are good with just being in a place and hearing what is said, but not truly understanding what's being said. You know, there's sometimes when people think they understand something, and they really don't understand, because in their mind they've already got a preconceived idea about what a person is trying to say. So they don't listen to what someone is saying, and they miss the message. Just yesterday, I was talking to my niece. Actually, my brother was talking to our niece. And he made a statement to her. She said, and she was trying to come back with something else. And he was like, you're not hearing me. You're not listening to me. And he said it again. And she came in with it and said, no, you're not listening to what I'm saying. And that's a hard conversation to have. When you're trying to talk to somebody, you're trying to relay something to them, but they continue to try to put something there that's not there, and they're not understanding what you're trying to tell them. You're like, how many ways do I got to say it? And then it's even more frustrating when you're trying to tell somebody something, and they think they know it already, and they don't want to hear what you have to say. You know, a lot of young people do that. I got it. Like, you know, the old people don't know what they're talking about. And they got so much experience. They've been living 15 years. They done so much, experienced so much in their life. You know, that 40-year-old uncle can't tell them nothing. 45-year-old mom can't tell them nothing. You know, they experienced so much in their life. But Jesus was speaking. And in Matthew chapter 13, he gives, and he did this all the time, he just began to break it down to them why he spoke in parables. And the disciples begin to wonder, Lord, why, Master, why do you speak to us in parables? A parable is a short story that makes a point. And the reason why Jesus spoke to them in parables is because everybody that came to listen to Jesus was not really concerned about the message. Some people just wanted to hear the next new thing. Some people just wanted to be in the place where Jesus was. It's not necessarily that they wanted to hear what Jesus had to say. So the way that Jesus would discern that is he would teach to them in parables, and to those who wanted a deeper understanding, they would come to Jesus later and ask him, Master, what did you mean by that? He said it's because it's given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Now, Jesus was not saying that the gospel wasn't for everybody. What he was saying was that everybody does not want to receive the gospel. And it's not as important to some people as it is to others. It's just like in a service, so many people in a service can hear the same message, but everybody leave with something different. And some people leave with nothing. And you wonder sometimes how God could be in a service and be moving and touching, and you feel his presence, and then people can walk out unchanged, untouched, unmoved. But Jesus said it's given to you to know the mysteries. He said because for him to have, to him it shall be given, and he shall have more abundance, but whosoever hath not, from him it shall be taken away, even that he had. And that's hard for a lot of people to understand, but the reason why that person that doesn't have, it'll be taken away from them because they don't care about what they have. Or they don't take care of or value what they have. So it'll be taken away. Therefore, he said, I speak to them in parables, because what I'm saying, and to those who want a deeper understanding, they'll come and get it. But for those who are just here to hear, those who are just here just to be here, they'll move on. He said, and the prophecy will be fulfilled. It says, by hearing you shall hear, and shall not understand. Many people come to the house of God and hear the word, and he begin to break down the parable of the sower. He said, hear therefore the parable of the sower. When one heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, Then come the wicked one and catches away that which is sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside. That's that person that comes to the house of God, and they're there and everything is going over their head. They're not receiving anything. They don't understand anything that's going on. And whatever, the little bit that was sown in their heart, the enemy comes and snatches it away. And they leave unmoved, untouched. It says, but he that receives seed by the stony places is the same that heareth the word and immediately receives it with joy. Man, that was a wonderful word. Praise God, man, I enjoyed that. Yet, he has no root in himself. But during the little while, because when tribulation or persecution arise because of the word, by and by he is offended. That person that immediately receives the word, but then when it comes to the place where they got to stand up for the word or apply what they've heard, it's a problem. And they get offended. He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word. And the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. To receive the word, now the Bible shows us all of them receive the word, all of them hear the word. But it's what happens from the time that they hear the word to the time that it is to be applied in their lives. Some people hear, some people listen. Can you hear me now? He is also he that receives seed among the thorns that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke out the word. People who hear the word and then they get so caught up in what's going on in their life and all the problems and all the situations, and I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that, and I got to go to work and I got to do this and I got to take care of my mom and I got to take care of my grandmother, and then the word is choked out because it don't have any room to breathe. It don't have any room to penetrate because there's so many other things going on that have their mind occupied. They choke it out. And I like that the picture that it gives you here. Because the word is there, the person received it, they enjoy it, but what's in them is being suffocated and choked to the place where it just can't breathe anymore, to where it's gone. And I'm not going to let anything choke out the word in my heart. And we ought to be determined. And when we receive the word, cherish it. Because it is in the word that we find life everlasting. It is in the word that we find peace. Words of hope. Say that they become unfruitful. It says, but he that receives seed into good ground is he that heareth the word. Can you hear me now? And understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. That man that hears the word, takes it in, doesn't allow anything to come in and take it away. It falls on good ground. And Jesus uses this parable of the sower because many people can relate to it, because a lot of them were farmers who depended and made their livelihood based on their crops. And they would have to till the ground to find a place of ground where the seeds could go in and be set. And good ground where the seeds could go in and be fermented and get the right amount of sun and be tender enough so that, and no rocks or anything in the ground to hinder the growth of the fruit that they were trying to produce. So many of them understood. You can't just throw seed and expect stuff to grow. It takes work. It takes building on the foundation. It takes work to take the word, and because everything is going to come and try to undo what God is trying to do in your life. People will come along and try to undo what God is doing, or try to talk down on what God is doing for you. Oh, you don't have to go that far. You don't have to do that much. But you wasn't telling me that when I was in sin. You wasn't telling me how far I didn't need to go when I was doing wrong. But now that I'm trying to do right and God is speaking to me and my life is blessed, now you're telling me I don't have to do that much? Can you hear me now? Jesus said this people's heart is waxed gross and their ears are dull of hearing. They're tired of listening. They're tired of hearing. They don't want to hear what I got to say. And their eyes have they closed. These are things that people do on purpose. This is not by accident. People who come to the house of God, people who don't receive the word, it's not by accident. It's not because they just can't get it. They don't want to get it. Listen to what Jesus said here now. He said, their ears have they closed. Their eyes have they closed, lest at any time, and he tells you why, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted. You know, some people don't want what's good for them. There's a phrase that people use. They say, what you don't know won't hurt you. I beg to differ. Because you cannot know about something and it can hurt you. If you don't know that the bridge is out in the storm, you can have an accident. If you don't know that something in the area where you're going is not right, and you end up going there anyway, you could end up in a bad situation. What you don't know can hurt you. But some people don't want to know because they don't want to be held accountable for the knowledge. But knowledge is power. Tell me what it is. Warn me, give me the upfront, put it all out on the table, and let me make the decision. Let me know, Lord, I don't want to be blind. I don't want to be living this life and not wanting to know. I want to be right. I want to be whole. I want to be saved. I want my life to be blessed. But these things don't happen by accident. Jesus was saying people don't hear. They don't listen. They hear the word, but they don't listen. The way they receive the word is different. And thank God for those who come in and hear the word. And it takes ground, and it takes that follow ground, that tender heart. That person that doesn't have any qualms or anything, any access to grind. They just want more of God. And they hear the word, and it feeds them, and it gives them joy, and they want to go and they fulfill it. And because of that, they bring forth fruit. Their life is blessed. People wonder why some people's lives seem like they're more blessed than others. It's not that God loves one person more than he loves another. God loves all of us the same. The difference is the way people respond. He said, you draw near unto me, I'll draw near unto you. We take one step toward God, he'll take 2 steps toward us. It's just that some people take more steps than others. God is not a respecter of persons, neither indeed can be. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. The way he moved back then, he'll do it today. The way God, if he did it one time, he'll do it again. If he blessed you one time, he'll bless you again. If he brought you out one time, he'll bring you out again. If he set you free one time, he'll set you free again. We serve a God who is able to do it. And there is no limit on what he can do. The only thing that limits God is our unbelief. God can do anything. Can you believe it? Do you really believe it? He said if you can believe, all things are possible to him that believes. Paul was writing. He said, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. It sounds so easy, but so many people don't call. Their soul is hurting and they're in pain and they're struggling in their mind, and they will not call on the name of Jesus. But he's the only one that can save. They'll call their grandmother, their mama, dad, aunt, uncle, but won't call on Jesus. I thank God for people in your life who know God. People who you trust. You see their life, and their life is a testimony to you. And you believe that you can call them in those terms, but even then they should lead you to Jesus. Because Pastor Kendrick don't have the answer this morning. In myself. I know who has the answer, and I'll lead you straight to him. Because the same God that saved me 20 years ago is the same God that's still saving this morning. The same God that delivered 20 years ago is the same God who's delivering right now. The same God who's changing lives is changing lives today. But how are we listening? Do we hear God's voice? Do we want to hear God speak? The prophet was seeking God. And he said there was a lot of noise that was going on, but God wasn't in the noise. And there was thunder and lightning and bright lights, but God wasn't in the lights and all the fanciness. He said, but then he heard a still small voice. And there was God. You know, God's not going to force himself on you. He doesn't force himself on anyone. We have to want God. We have to open our ears to hear him. Open our hearts, our minds to receive him. Paul said then, how shall they call on him on whom they have not believed? You must first believe. You must first believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And how shall they believe on whom they have not heard? You must hear. But then how shall they hear without a preacher? God said he chose the foolishness of preaching to save those which are lost. And it is foolish when you look at it in the simplicity of it. A man getting up and speaking a bunch of words and people being touched by God. That is simple. It is broken down in its lowest form, but God chooses it, and so much work for God is accomplished through it. He said, blessed are the feet of them that preach the gospel. And then how shall they preach except they be sent? It said, for they have not all obeyed the gospel, but Isaiah said, who has believed our report? Who has believed? Who has believed? Who has heard? And because of what they heard, believed. It said, so their faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Hearing the word of God. Reading the word of God. Living the word of God. You know, it's two different things to hear something, even to hear it and understand it, and to not act on it, to not live it. And I can hear about a storm coming, but if I never go get prepared, if I never go get the things that I need in order to ride the storm out, if I'm not prepared, I can have the knowledge and I can understand. I know what's coming. But if I never take action, then my knowledge means nothing. Faith comes by hearing, hearing by the word of God. God uses preachers. He gives preachers messages for people. And God moves, man, and I count it a privilege to be up here before you today. And I feel like Paul, unworthy. But God makes us worthy. And I thank God for the call to the ministry. Because it's important. It's important. And it's important for me and any preacher when we get up here, because people's souls are on the line. There are people who are on the borderline, maybe even this morning, sitting wondering, you know what? My heart is hurting, and I need something, and you don't realize what you need, and you don't know how to get what you need. And you come to the house of God because you know, man, maybe I can get my answer in church. Now I want to say there's no substitute for a personal relationship with God. A lot of people who want to justify the reason why they don't go to church or go to a place of worship. So, well, I pray at home. You ought to pray at home. I read my Bible at home. You ought to read your Bible at home. I worship at home. You ought to worship at home. But we also need to come together and be together in a house of worship and fellowship and come and get into the presence of God together as a family of God, and hear the word of God preached and feel God move and know that God is real and be able to say, hey, brother, God bless you. Sister, God bless you. It's good to see you. And to hear God move together. And so much is being lost because people don't want to look out for one another. Everybody concerned about themselves. And there is a level of selfishness that you ought to be concerned about. Because you got to make sure that you're right before you got to try to help somebody else. But after you're right, then you have an obligation to go and help others. Amen? Amen. Because we can't hold this to ourselves. God didn't give us what we have to hold it to ourselves. Every situation, every testimony, everything that you've experienced in your life that God has allowed you to see is so you can go and help somebody else. So many times we don't want to hear, especially if we're in a bad place. And God is trying to talk to us, and he'll send people our way. People who love us and care about us, and they try to tell us advice or try to guide us in the right direction. And you know you shouldn't be doing it. We don't want to hear it. No, don't come try to preach to me, I know. But really, we need somebody to come and say something. In my mind, she was preaching last week about David. It wasn't until the prophet came to David and stopped him and gave him an illustration that showed him himself. And the prophet said, it is you. David realized it was him, and it was then that he repented. Sometimes we don't realize how bad of a situation we're in. We're just going through life and doing what we do and just making it happen and trying to get through. And we don't realize how bad the situation has got until somebody on the outside looking in see us on the road to the church and say, hey, stop. You need to stop what you're doing because you're destroying yourself. And then we realize, man, you know what, I really am doing bad right now. And I really need a power that's bigger than me because I can't get out of this myself. Can you hear me now? Because Jesus is calling and God never stops dealing with people. He never stops dealing with us. Why? Because we are his greatest creation. You are his greatest creation. Don't allow the enemy to tell you that you are not anything and that you'll never be anything and that you are nothing because you are everything to God. Mankind is the only creation that God reached down and formed with his own hands and breathed into man the breath of life. Personally, this is a personal thing. Everything else he spoke, he said light and light came. He said sun and sun came. And waters, and he spoke all these things into existence. But with man, it was something that was personal with God. He didn't want to leave it to nothing. He formed it with his own hands and breathed his own breath into man. And man is important to God. You are important to God. I'm important to God. That's why he doesn't give up on us. You wonder why you get in and you want trouble and things in this life begin to try to draw you, and God will try to pull you out of it. Always. Always. That's not a time that we try to go do something that's not right, that God doesn't try to stop us. All the time. But we don't hear it. Or we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear somebody tell us you shouldn't go there. We don't want to hear God say, stop, don't go there. We don't want to hear him say, oh no, I'm going to be all right. I can hold myself. I'm all right. I'm good. I'm straight. And we go on to do that thing that God told us not to do. Or try to warn us from. And then we end up doing it and feeling sorry and guilty afterward. And we look back and say, man, if I could just go back, I wouldn't do that. And that's fine in its place. But you know, it's time to get to a place in our lives where we start making the right decision now. Right. When we listen to God the first time. Right. When we listen to God, when God says stop, we stop. When God says don't do that, don't do that. When God says come to me, we come. When God says surrender, we surrender. When God says give it to me, we give it to him. It comes a time when we got to hear and listen to what God is saying. We got to listen to what God is trying to do and see what he's trying to do in your life. He doesn't want to hurt you. He wants to bless you. I'm going to tell you who wants to hurt you. The devil wants to hurt you. Satan wants to hurt you. He doesn't want you to be blessed. He doesn't want you to be happy. He doesn't want you to receive and be hopeful. He wants your life to be full of heartache, pain. And there's only pleasures, and there are pleasures in sin. I'm not going to try to talk like it's not, but it's only for a season. And then the results of those pleasures so many times are negative. So yeah, you having fun right now. But when it's over, you got things happening. Diseases and things that you didn't want in your life, and now you got to just something, because for a moment that you had, you got to deal with the results for 18 years. Because of a decision you made in a moment, because of a feeling. Now you having issues. And you wish that you would have did it different. You wish that you would have listened. And Jesus is saying, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I sent preachers your way. I sent Christians to you. I had people in your life who tried to warn you, but you would not listen and hear what they had to say. But will you listen to me now? Man. Can you hear me now? Now that you've been broken, now that your heart is torn, now that you feel lost and that you have nowhere to go, will you listen to me now? And all Jesus is saying, come unto me, bring it to me. Bring me your broken heart. Bring me your hurt. Bring me your pain, and I'll give you joy, and I'll give you peace. I'll give you my burden, because my burden is easy to handle, and I'll take your heavy one. You know, it's easy to get caught up in stuff in this life, because it's so much. And people always talk about how busy the devil is, and the devil is busy, and the devil is busy. I mean, God is busy too. Because the devil is on a leash. He can only do and go so far. And in our lives, the only power that the enemy has over us is what we give him. So stop giving the enemy power over you. Stop giving the enemy control. Stop giving him that place, because he's not that powerful. He's not all powerful. He's not all knowing. He's not everywhere at the same time. He's not God. He's an imp. And he can only respond and do things as we allow him place in our lives. So don't give place to the devil, as Paul admonished. Don't give place to the devil. Quench not the spirit. Hear the voice of God when he's talking to you. But what about my friends? And what about your friends? They will let you down. But God will never let you down. What about my family members? What they gonna think? What does it matter? It's your life. Your life. So stop blaming everything else. And stop blaming people for the reason why the things are the way that they are in your life. Stop and go on and be what God is trying to call you to be. Hear his voice. He's trying to bless you. He's trying to change your life forever. But you have to hear. And listen. Hear with your ears and see with your eyes. You know, and it don't take long to see what's really going on. When you really stop and begin to listen. Listen to what people in the world are really saying. Not what you want to hear, but what they're saying. See what people actually showing you and not what you wish you saw. Or what you want to see. See what they're showing you. Because they're showing you. And realize, ain't nobody gonna do you better than God. Amen. And he's got your best interest at heart every day, every moment. And if God is telling you to do something, please respond. Please respond. Because the enemy plays for keeps. He's not just trying to get you for the moment. He wants to destroy you forever. But God also plays for keeps. And when he saves you, he's trying to save you forever. He's trying to keep you forever. He's trying to keep you on the road to righteousness. For life. For life everlasting. Can you hear me now? Jesus is calling this morning. And I don't know what you've been through in your life. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you are experiencing. But God knows, and you know what's going on. And you know how God has spoken to you. That's why you're so personal. Because it is personal. I had somebody tell me one time, man, Pastor, you preach like it's urgent. Like I need to do this right now. And it is. It's urgent. It's urgent. Because you know what? When you get sick and you're feeling real bad, when you got an arm that's been broke, when you got a leg that's been broke, when you got somebody whose heart stopped beating, guess what? It's an emergency. It's urgent. And when you go to the hospital, they treat you that way. You know, you can't pull out a Band-Aid. Sometimes you need to call out the trials when it is that bad. And if your heart, if you're on the road to destruction, I can't just pat you on the back and rub you down. No, it's urgent. You need to change. You need to stop. And the thing about it, and this is what's so funny about the whole thing, is that we know we need to change. And your sin, you already know what they are. That's why Jesus said, I didn't come into the world to condemn the world. He said, you're condemned already. He said, your sin condemns you. You already know what it is you need to pray about. You already know what it is you need to surrender to God. He's already been talking to you, probably even on the way to church this morning, maybe even last last night. You was thinking, man, I need to change this in my life. I need to get this out of my life. I need to change this. I need to get this right. This is stuff that you said. And God is just, you get in this service this morning and God is bringing all this stuff out of you like, you know what? Okay, God, you got me. Lord, I'm going to do it. I hear you, God. I hear you calling me. I hear you talking. Can you hear me now? That's the word this morning.
This is my body, which is for you. Do this in remembrance of me. You may eat your bread. In the same way, also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me. You may drink it. For as often as you eat this bread and drink the cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes. I know it was the blood. I know